My 38 meters, GF, 25F, of 5.5 years just ended it out of nowhere. It was a pretty normal night overall. I could tell things were off for her when I got home from work. She just seemed out of it. I asked her a few times if she was alright and she assured me everything was fine. We cooked dinner. I grilled steaks and she made veggies. We ate and had normal conversation. After dinner we sat like we normally do to watch some shows and I asked again if she was okay. She said that she isn't happy and hasn't been for a long time. She doesn't see a future with me and thinks that she is doing more for us than I was. I was blindsided. We both work full-time jobs and take care of the chores around the house evenly. I'll admit that she does more of the day-to-day as she works from home and I do not, but I try to pull my weight in any way possible. It all is a shock as just this past weekend we were talking about engagement rings she likes and houses we could see ourselves in. This has been an ongoing conversation for almost a year. As I tried to dig for more answers, she just shut down and said she needed space and couldn't answer. When I asked if she loved me, she said she did, but you can love someone and not see a future with them. We moved together 3 times and lived together in a small 1-bedroom during the pandemic. I am heartbroken and left searching for answers. Yeah. From your comments it sounds like she was essentially feeling like your parent instead of your so. And with an age gap like that, it's quite ironic for you to actively say, she asked me to change these things and I didn't change them. Now I'm completely blindsided by this breakup, is kind of silly. You just gave her reason. She communicated her needs. You failed to meet them. There was no blindsiding. Dude, I think you're in denial. You keep repeating about how this all came out of nowhere. But she told you she hasn't been happy in a long time. This isn't out of nowhere for her. I think it's pretty telling that she said she hasn't been happy for a long time and your response is to write a post wherein the majority of it is spent regurgitating the events of the past 5 days. Does 5 days out of 5.5 years sound like a long time to you? The fact that you're this clueless about why she ended it suggests to me that this isn't a salvageable situation. Sorry man. Better luck next time. You are experiencing what is known as walk-away wife syndrome. Women say what they don't like over and over. Men see it as nagging. Women then get tired and realize that nothing is going to change and mentally check out of the relationship. They plan to leave. Divorce lawyers say that men always act shocked when in reality it wasn't out of the blue. No woman would leave a good relationship. It wasn't out of nowhere. Everyone always says this. There is always signs. She's been probably wanting to leave for at least 6 months to a year. I wonder if she made a post like this, what would it be saying? She is still very young and you are bordering to 40. She probably wants to live a different life than you. Let her. 13 years is a pretty big age gap. I was 19F and got with 33M and the guy was totally immature and we were at different stages in life. He also tried to make me into what he wanted. From my experience dating a much older man, I have to be suspicious of your reasonings for getting with someone who's basically still a baby. I'm in my 30s now and I avoid relationships with 20-years like the plague. I'll play with them. Sure. But anything beyond that, hell TF no. She was 19 when she got together with a 33-year-old and probably just grew up and realized she needs her own life. Maybe don't date teenagers next time. Your 25-year-old girlfriend of 5.5 years? You were dating a teenager while you were in your mid-30s? Dude. Gross. Sounds like she grew up champ. She doesn't want to be a maid or waste any more of her life taking care of you. Judging from this post and a bunch of your comments, this doesn't sound like it was out of nowhere at all. From the age gap, to her feeling like she's mothering you, to her having issues with you that you say you didn't change, and more. You got like 1,000,001 signs, man. Date someone your own age and think deeply about the feedback she's given you. Good for her. There's a lot of missing information on your post. You can't be seeking honest advice if you're not willing to be honest in your post. She probably realized she wasted half of her 20s with you. 38 and 25 is a decent age gap, especially if you've been dating that long. People in their early 20s are always growing and changing, whereas you're in your 30s, so you're probably pretty similar to how you were at the beginning of the relationship. It makes total sense that you would just kind of grow apart. Honestly, you met her when she was 20 and you were 33. What did you expect? Why were you sleeping with a teenager while you're in your 30s? Gross. She obviously grew up a little and realized she didn't want to be stuck with someone so old. This is one reason why you shouldn't start seriously dating a 20-year-old as a 33-year-old. They haven't really lived. They don't know what they want. And chances are in 5 years they'll be in a very different place. Perhaps she realized you were a dirty old man. I think it's more your ages when you got together more than the age gap. You were 33 and she was 20? Nearly 21? You had many years of experiencing life as an adult. And she hadn't even been an adult for very long. She likely wants to enjoy and explore other relationships and life in general before she settles down. It would be different if you were 43 and she was 31 when you got together. She literally outgrew you. 5 years and you talked about engagement? Dude, you are 38.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.